Bitcoin brought to you on the road where I actually have hotel Wi-Fi decent enough to do the show. So let's give a big thank you to the Black Hawk Hotel. Highly, highly appreciative. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. We've got a great show for you guys today. Not a whole lot of fidgeting with the stream elements. Just a man and his coffee and my daughter. What's going on, kid? And a ledger. That's all you guys need. You know, again, in the kind of ongoing saga of, not saga, but certainly just updates on what I'm doing with my life. As I've said multiple times, moving into Q4 is a tricky area. And therefore, I really want to do the same thing that I've done in the previous years, which is one of the primary things that has allowed me to be a consistently profitable trader. And that is know exactly when not to lose money, all right? Q4 and areas of consolidation are some of the trickiest areas of the market, and this is often where retail traders will find themselves in a lot of trouble. Side note, I did go ahead and get my watch fixed and upgraded to the Samsung watch. All right, so today we're going to be talking about what happened over in the UK. We have a lot of UK traders supporters of the show. I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of looking back over my shoulder. She's fairly well behaved, but she's also anyway, so let's see here. We're going to be talking about basically the kibosh that the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, just put on UK retail traders. And you'll recall previously we had talked about this with regards to margin requirements being raised for derivatives. So previously the FCA had raised margin requirements up to 50%. For retail traders, which is just it's just exorbitant. It's not anything that one can be successfully profitable at. So the other thing that we're going to be talking about today is Google making a step up. Obviously, you guys have seen EOS. It made quite a move today. I don't have any dank memes on me right now. Otherwise, I could. Otherwise, I would showcase the rocket ship. But certainly having a nice rise. Let me see if I can't. I bet you I can grab one real quick. EOS putting in a good move. Now, not a DeFi move, certainly not the pump that let's say that the EOS hodlers deserve. But perhaps, certainly the one that they needed, right? Yeah, I don't see any, I see this one that says Steam price today, but anyways, we'll review memes some other day. All right. With that being said, the other thing that we're going to do is break down the price of Bitcoin, do some technical analysis, figure out where exactly we are in the market, what we can expect going forward. Again, as I said, are you a little princess on stream today? What we can expect going forward. And again, as I said yesterday, even though I would not advise individuals to drop shorts, I do expect, and I was expecting moving into as of yesterday, and still today, more upside movement than outside. So let's get over into the live scene and break that down. Listen, this is I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's a Monet because I'm not that kind of an art guy, but certainly this is a nice hotel. I was blown away. I'll tell you guys the story here in just a little bit. Let's get going. Whoop. She just pops up. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Honey, is the price of Bitcoin going to go up or down? Up or down? Up. Okay. You heard it from her. You heard it here. Honey, what stonk should we buy?
Down.
Oh, it's going to go down. She said up, 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 then down, 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 down. That's what it does. It's Bitcoin, honey. All right, let's get some. Here we go. Let's get some smooth tunes. This will work. Audio output capture. All right, all right. And we'll just bring that down to about It's minimal dBs. Okay. Whoa. Honey, we know that door doesn't lock. Daddy's been dealing with his closet door all night. Right next to my little workstation here, which is not bad, by the way. Just to let you guys see what I'm working with here. I did bring the Corsair RGB on the road for me, and picked myself up a new Razer Basilisk mouse. That's pretty nice. Whoop. And I said there was not going to be any mishaps. Okay, with that being said, it's going to be a good stream. It's going to be a good stream. I don't know if you guys can feel it. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. Let's give the roll call to Mr. Brian Saintsy. Brian, I am so sorry. I did not get to sit down until about, let's say, 10:30. And by that time, I had to rush and work on setting the stream up and everything. And I just apologize that I didn't even send you a message. I'm going to fix that right now. I am all yours after today's stream. So I apologize if the latency is a little bad, if the quality is a little bad. Again, we are on the HP Envy, which is the envious of all laptops, and we are on Hotel Wi-Fi. All right, we've got Azriel. Good to see you, my friend. Mr. Ether, Robert Warner, as always. Blue Box territory. We've got Ron Legato, B-Flow, Crypto Jack holding it down as always. Ali S. banning scammers and capturing scammers all day, every day. Zach Coma. We've got GB Professor Wally. What's up, my friend? Midwest Attempts. Here she comes. That's what she said. My brother Jordan Stotts. Let's see here. Saying hi to the daughter and the ledger. Listen, you know it's the end of a bull market when I'm walking around with my ledger in my pocket. We've got Mel, a nation, crossed above the weekly haul 60 as far as EOS goes. That is good. That puts us in a strong weekly trend, certainly. Tyler Dukacek is how I always pronounce it. Good to see you, my friend. Damian Hughes, a Mancunian crypto. All right, and if I missed anybody, it's only wait a day, then short the market. Sounds like good advice. Start a new channel in the Discord called Toddler Signals. Bet you it kills. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised because we all know this. Often when we try to be smarter than the market or smarter than our strategy, we end up not winning as much as we thought we would. Cool. That was a little disjointing. My elbow just disappearing there. All right. HP Paper Jam. What's up, baby? I'm doing a live stream. You want to come join me? You want to pull up a chair? You want to pull up a chair? All right. Let's get you a chair. Get that chair right there. It's a very nice chair. Yoy, 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 yoy. Ah. All right. You got a beautiful spot. Ah. Oh, you're a little too far away. There we go. I don't want you to fall. You good? Okay, now you can't touch this, that, these, those, pretty much nothing, honey. Nope, definitely can't touch that. All right, as I said, we're going to have some good times today. Let's do, I just want to monitor the... Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too loud. Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, some of the most difficult things in trading are quite simple. It's sitting on your hands, sticking to your strategy, being consistent, not saying nonsense, just being kind of... I know, it's not as fun as it looks. Everybody watches. And they think it's all glamorous, but really it's just, you know, it's just sitting behind the TV. Honey, go get your tablet. Can you go get your tablet? Gave you a couple extra hours today. Go get it, please. Where's it at? Go get tablet, and I'll let you watch your show. All right, welcome to travel. What do I like about OBV EXK versus OBV OSC? I don't even know the difference, my friend. What I will tell you is that I know the difference between Streamlabs. Now, honey. Hey, we can't touch that, okay? You got a tablet. All right. Now, go blow off some steam. Or don't. All right, let's get to the charts. All right, come on. Get on over there. The hotel Wi-Fi is decent. So anyway, sorry, what I was saying was NVIDIA has just finally released some software called NVIDIA Broadcast. You need an RTX 2060 just to be able to utilize the software. That's bare minimum requirements. I am extremely excited about it. It has a ton of cool features. Individuals who are familiar, so this webcam that I have right here is a Logitech C930E. If I use it on Skype, I can blur my background. It's a fantastic feature. It is. What up? On Skype, it's a fantastic feature. It's something that I would love to do by default. It only does it. It only has that Skype integration. And so the NVIDIA broadcast software does that by default. It also has auto cropping. To the best of my knowledge, basically, you can take kind of any image like this and just with a couple clicks kind of find the perfect like centered in crop. No, no hours or minutes or 2 hours long of somebody on stream like resizing, little like tiny bits and bobs of something like this and that. Nope, just super simple, barely an inconvenience type thing. So pretty excited about that. Let's see here. I feel that, there we go. So I was going to post this analysis last night. I did not. Do believe the premium members are quite well taken care of. I did get time to publish, feces. I did get time, of course, to publish August and September's premium results for the trades that were, for the premium signal service that was offered for premium members. I apologize that I had fallen behind on that, doing a lot of different work, and then life just caught up. So let's hide all of this for right now. And let's just start off as we have been talking about where we are in the market. Consolidation within our weekly exponential moving average bands. Very similar situation here on the daily as well. All indicative of consolidation. And again, just the hallmark of areas where generally nobody gets it right. Well, certainly retail rarely gets it right in this particular area. And it's just one of those lessons. It's kind of one of those things that you won't learn unless you actually put in a lot of time actually trading. Regardless of how profitable I've been able to be or how successful I've been able to be as a trader, there are just certain things that I'm not very good at and that I notice that most people aren't good at either. And overall, trending strategies or let's say even reversal strategies, to the degree that we're trying to predict whether this is a pullback in a bullish market or this is the first sell-off in the beginning of a downtrend. These transition periods, and I know this for a fact because some members in the several members in the premium trading group have really struggled with hedging. And where do we hedge? When we believe that the market is shifting from one particular dynamic to another, right? That is where we will see that trouble. And so I don't want to say often, I don't recommend hedges anymore in the premium signal service, though. Actually, if I'm being genuine, if I'm being honest, because let's see here. I want to make sure my volume's good. Just keep kind of boosting it up a little bit. I guess I'll just put that gain all the way to 30. Why not? Oh, it's probably because of the limiter and compressor. So let me know if the gain is too much. I know, guys. I always like mess around with things. But this is what you get when, to be frank, my team does a lot of fantastic stuff for me, but one thing they don't do is obviously come here and put their hands on my keyboard and set things up for me, because this is certainly not my strong suit. But it's all right. We get where we're trying to get, guys. We get whatever we're trying to go. Excuse me. So we go to Advanced Audio Properties, and on my speaker, on my microphone. All right, so, that's not too bad. Was it really worse all the way over here? Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to say right here is perfect. All right, and we're done. See, guys, massive improvements. Massive improvements. That did not take 5 hours. Didn't take 5 hours. All right, so kind of the main thread here is that moving into consolidation or transition periods between major trends, coupled with high volatility, are dangerous areas to trade. These are hot spots. This is where everybody has just gotten it wrong on a big trade. Maybe you longed up here around, maybe you longed around 12,000 and got faked out, and you kind of held that gut shot all the way down to the 10s, or God forbid the 9s. Or maybe you shorted in the 10s and you got gut shot as price bounced back to 12. This is quite a common thing. I'm hearing this from a lot of individuals that I talk to. Would you guys like this on the top or the bottom? We're going to put this on the bottom. You having fun over there, kid? All right. So, popping out to the weekly, again, we see the exact same story. This is a little bit more bullish. We could spin a bit more bullish narrative around this because, for several reasons. I mean, just classically, we have a bullish trend here. The reason why price is above all of our long-term and medium-term exponential moving averages. So, the terms short, medium, and long, or micro, meso, and macro, which the more pretentious of us will use, this guy, they're relative, and it's pretty easy to deduce, in my opinion. The 8, the 13, and the 21 are short-term moving averages. The 55, the 100, and the 200 are medium to long-term. I would say, obviously, the 55 there is a medium term. The 88, which is another... Just for real? For real? I'll just take my stream over here, man. If you don't mind. It's your kicking feet. Okay. Hello. I know you are. You're good at it too. You are good to see you in the stream, man. So, the 55, clearly a medium term, and again, depending on kind of the temperature outside, one can consider the 100 EMA a medium term or a long term. Certainly, the 200 being a long term. Now, other things like popular baselines, for example, where we have our Hall moving average 60, we have our Arnold-Legras moving averages, we have our Donchians, we have our adaptive, reactive, our Framas, our Kamas. We have all these different types of moving average algorithms. Honey, can you please kick something else? Don't rock the boat. Speaking of which, tunes. So when price is above our medium-term moving averages, that implies, and certainly our long-term moving averages, that implies a bullish trend, right? Price is above the median. It's certainly a lot better than price being down. For price to be above moving averages, it has to have been bid up or bought up. Therefore, there was profit opportunity for those who bought relatively lower in the market. Okay, so not only is price above our medium-term moving averages, but also our short-term moving averages. And again, on the weekly time frame, the 13 and the 55 moving average crossover or cross under, or even their relationship to one another, are one of the best predictors in my experience of knowing, of just generally knowing what the trend is, right? It's the 13 above the 55, price is bullish, or about to reverse. Is the 13 below the 55, then we're in a bearish trend, or we're about to reverse the upside. That is a Hasbro gaming advertisement, honey. I apologize. I know, it's just the Roku that's in the hotel room, honey. Had I time, I could have hooked up the Roku Ultra. All right, so we've talked about all that before. And certainly that would be one justification for why this is a pullback and a bullish trend. And I certainly don't fault the individuals out there, a lot of other content creators who are quite bullish in this area and looking to take price to the upside, looking to take the continuation of the upside. I don't share that sentiment. I do think that price is going to continue to decline, even though we will likely see a bounce here, maybe of $1,000 to $2,000. Honey, you got to kick something else, okay? There's funny, and then there's obstreperous, all right? You're just like me. For real. Being on the road with this girl has certainly shown her how much she is like me. I certainly am the type of individual, have been all my life, that if I come to you and I'm like, hey, you know what would be a really cool idea? If we could... I don't know, if we could just do something like relatively, that sounds interesting or unique. And most people say, well, yeah, that's all good, man, but I'm just going to go keep working my job. And I think that is so boring. If individuals don't tell me, if people tell me that I can't do something, I'm generally inclined to do it. This is why I went from not having a professional background in finance to being a full-time trader. Take that, Mom. Take that, Sally Henderson from 7th grade. Thought I'd never be anything. Wouldn't take me to the prom. How wrong was she? How wrong was she? Man, I wish I had all of my cool elements in here. One of these days I will. I just gotten some good work in on them yesterday before we hit the road. So, and today I'm going to go out and buy a... It's pretty expensive. It's like $1,700, but the satellite... mobile hotspot so that I can make sure I can do the stream no matter where I am. I know that I could probably do it with a SIM card, and that's probably what a lot of you guys will recommend. But I've done the research on it, and based on where I'm going to be, traveling around in the truck and everything, I just want the satellite. It's worth the 17. That's right, Pyam. Yes, I feel it, man. You know. All right, so I'm not going to fault anybody who's expecting a bounce here. Certainly, there is logic behind it, and even and so much logic behind it that I would even go ahead and chart this for you guys as a potential setup. So let's get zoomed in on this a little bit. So on the weekly time frame, we have a down movement in what we could consider a bull market or a bullish trend, and we want to know what is a good setup for that. What is a good setup that would increase our opportunity of success and profit and decrease our chances of getting wrecked. Okay, so in this case, we seem to be in a consolidation area, so this is not a horrible place to enter. We're going to be entering in the middle of the range and potentially, we don't know yet, the bottom of the current range, right? As far as, let me denote this, sorry. Let's hide our EMAs here. This is a little too much. I don't know if I can do this one. How about this one? So funny. You want a cookie? Hell yeah, you do. Oh, you like cookies. Wait until you see it. Not even... Oh, yeah, of course you do want it. All right. Okay. So we could sum that up with this. There we go. We have consolidation in our CC EMA band, having just recently put in a long wick to the downside. Upside movement is more likely. So short time frame exponential moving averages are tilting upwards, hinting at a buyer's push. That is likely what's going to happen right now. We also have a bullish weekly. And I've actually laid out this setup art here. It's already done. So as this is the season for experimentation, let's call upon Fibonacci's, right? Yes, I spent probably 2 years trashing them, but let's show how we can utilize this tool. Here's what I don't like about Fibonacci's. Here's what I don't like about Fibonacci's. People who are advocates and proponents of Fibonacci retracements or Fibonacci style trading, they speak in an untrue way, in my opinion, which is, if you're not aware that what you're peddling is a tool and not some sort of universal truth, then I don't really have a whole lot of time for your nonsense, right? There's nothing magical about Fibonacci with regards to financial markets. Perhaps, like, I understand the rhetoric, I understand the argument, like, oh, bro, it's the 618, and haven't you read the Da Vinci Code, and like the distance between your tips of your arms and everything, and seashells and spirals, like, that's fantastic, and that's awesome to notice, that's awesome to realize. We can certainly have the long philosophical conversation about, you know, fractals and synchronicity and sacred geometry, and how this is proof that the creator of the universe, if there is a creator of the universe, but this kind of implies that there is a creator of the universe, you know, is logic-based and rule-based, very much like we are, and the importance, therefore, of consciousness, and blah, 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 blah. We could have that long conversation. That's it? No. But when it comes to trading, this is all Fibonacci is, man. Fibonacci is a protractor, right? You can click in an area and click down, and you can add different lines at different measurements. Now, that's coffee. You can't have my coffee. You want something to drink? Hopefully you guys can hear me as I walk away. You know, Fibonacci retracements are nothing more magical than ATR bands, for example. They're not more magical or more effective or more predictive than... honestly, just kind of throwing a random dart at the screen, you know, and perhaps what's even more deceptive about it is that I've taken a ton of Fibonacci courses. I've worked with a lot of Fibonacci based traders, and see, they don't just trade off the Fibonacci tool. They are also going to cram a whole bunch of their own methodology into what they do, such as, you know, how are they getting the trending direction in which to trade? How are they getting the position size with which to utilize? How are they getting the take profit and stop loss? You know, like all these things. Hold on, honey. This is a little bit too long of a... All right. So, sorry, that was my brief little rant on Fibonacci, but all surmise it to say, things like this, these measurement tools, these drawing tools, even exponential moving averages, and even pathways to profit, all trading methodologies are simply strategies. They're not magical, right? You can run them through the market. You can determine their statistical success. You can determine their hit rate. And based on that, you can apply a poker-based risk management protocol to your trading exercises, to your bets, right? Because what we are doing is statistical gambling, statistical betting. It is a betting game. It is a Kelly Bets simulation. So, you have to realize that. Okay. You know, I'm using my hanky. Here's a towel. So, my daughter was like tapping me. She's like, I'm like, what? She's like, I spilled. I'm like, it's cool, man. It's all right. She's like, just clean it. All right. So, shout out to Alex too, by the way, for the handkerchiefs. You know, I've never been a handkerchief guy. I always thought that was kind of weird. And then Mr. Alex, senior analyst Alexander, the last time he was at my house, I noticed that he had them, and I said something about him, and he gifted me with a beautiful gift pack of them. So, really appreciate that. It's kind of changed my life. I'm not gonna lie. Now I find myself like at gas stations in situations with new people where I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'll help you move that over there. I'll blow my nose real quick. Yeah, that's right. It's a handkerchief. Gentlemen. All right, so for this particular setup, going back to EMAs and utilizing them as a tool. So going back to this particular setup, I'm actually using a technique that a friend who has now, a previous friend, he used to be involved with the CC community and then kind of came back, and then, I don't know, he was weird about some, it just didn't work out, right? There were good people on both sides. But he has actually gone on to develop a very popular cryptocurrency Discord bot. So very, very proud, very, very happy for him. I've always expected success out of him, and that is what he has delivered. But this is a strategy that he used to utilize, but he doesn't really trade like this anymore. He's fully algorithmic, and not with Fibonacci. But all right, go get it. I'm not trying to block you in. I'm a voluntarist. I don't know what you're doing. But, he was actually on to a good strategy here. I put a lot of time into it after he kind of abandoned it. And this is something that I've actually written some code for. This is actually something that I've automated to a small degree. Not currently right now. I've certainly decreased risk on, I never had too many bots running simultaneously, about 4 or 5. I've certainly brought that down, certainly in position sizing and now actually in number of bots that are running. Right now, I only have ISASpot running on the 1 hour. So I have a long bot and a short bot running on BTC. So just 2 bots running on that. And again, yes, I know I want to publish ISASpot. There is a difference, though, in my opinion anyways, between utilizing something with my own capital and then presenting you guys something that I am recommending that you utilize. Otherwise, why would I put it in your hands? All right? I spent the last 2 years of my life developing or concise, like putting into very concise words into a detailed how-to tutorial, right? Where you can literally come in and know nothing about trading and become a consistently profitable trader. It's called Pathways to Profit. It's in our online trading academy. And the reason why I will Gary V sell myself on that, like I think if you guys haven't bought it, you should. Why? Because it's good. It is valuable. It is effective. It works. And it just does what it says on the sticker. With regards to ISASpot, I've made some nice tendies off of it, but whoa, honey. Getting a little too extemporaneous here, all right, honey? We're getting a little crazy. I told you not to touch that. It's a no touch. That is a no touch. All right. Now you're being a little defiant, sweetheart. Hey, that's a no touch. It's a no touch. It's a no touch. Hey, that is a no touch, sweetheart. 1. Yeah, she knows. Whew, boy. Magic. It's gone. All right. So anyways, this friend did not have a whole lot of faith in this particular setup, although he should have. It is a good Fibonacci setup, where essentially what you do is after a pronounced movement, right? After a swing high to swing low. And remember to, that's mathematical. If you have a high and you have two lower highs on each side, so here's your high, two lower highs on either side, that's a swing high by definition. And similarly for a swing low, if you have a low and two higher lows on each side, that is a swing low by definition. So once you have a swing high and a swing low, you measure with Fibonacci retracement from the high or the low of the initiating movement. So in this case, right, we can see that price moved up to down, right? Not down to up. If we wanted to measure down to up, we would measure, let's do this. We'll measure this swing low right here. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see very well. Sorry, so we're going to measure this swing low right here to the candle close high. Okay, not the actual candle close. So from actual low or high to candle close low high, right? And then you target the 50% retracement in the opposite direction as your buy-in area, right, or as your short-in area, right? So in this particular circumstance, let's say that we have been targeting this movement right here. And we're going to measure this out. Well, humdinger, look at that. That's a 618. So we're going to put the 0.5 on there. And look where we would have bought into Bitcoin. I mean, darn near at the bottom, I tell you. That's fantastic. And then where do you take your profit on that movement? After you buy at the 0.5? Okay, there it is. Sorry. No, it should be 0. Oh, so it must be all. There it is. Sorry. It's quite high there. So the -1. That is typically where you take your profit on this. Now, we could see that. That is 15,022. That's a pretty high TP. So in this case, what I actually did was I was a little bit more conservative. I used the kind of famous 0.618 that everybody loves. So just a simple 618 retracement back up. Okay. And again, this is very much in line with what I often say on buying dips or shorting corrections in the first place. When I buy dips or short corrections, 9 times out of 10, I am doing so for a short-term movement, for basically a range movement, let's say, right? I'm not actually picking up that position to hold for the whole swing. So, sorry, what I mean by that is, let's drop these. So in the event that I would have bought Bitcoin right here, as Bitcoin came down on the weekly, here, as I can see that we're kind of in the middle of some stuff, instead of buying this dip to take all the way to 20,000, I would have simply bought the dip to take it about halfway back up. All right, that is the safest, most conservative way to do it. You know, and just little things I can highlight to show people to just understand like the difference in really trading markets and being relatively new or having theoretical knowledge about the market. So for example, the other day, I called for a short on stream, right? It was at the time, I believe, I can actually pull it up here because this is a great time. Let's stay on track. I've been trying to utilize, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I have a problem, not a problem, but I have a tendency to tangent, right? So I have a wonderful little appy on my phone. It's based off the, now I'm not going to be able to remember what the heck it is. I'm trying to like talk about it. Okay. Come on. Come on now. it was anyways, so it is a it's a productivity application, and it is designed to make me focus on a task for, I think it's 20 minutes, and then I take a 5-minute break. So it's based off this, Probesco productivity method. I hope I'm saying that right. But it's actually been pretty good. It just kind of forces you to stay on one thing, finish one thing, do 20 minutes of work on that thing, and then take a 5-minute break. So it is, you know what? I will find out and let you guys know. Here it is. It's called Focus Task. Boom, Focus Task. It is very good. Very, very good. Focus Task. It is very good. I also use Google Tasks. That's very simple and plain. It is a very simple to-do list. Certainly Todoist is a better application for that if you want a little bit more, Pomodoro. Yep, that's it. Todoist is a little bit more advanced, but Todoist is a little annoying to me. Certainly I'll let you guys know what I think is the best productivity and team management app, and that's Trello. That's what we utilize. Although there is an appy that I am going to research. Sorry, the name of that app is Focus List, by the way. It's Focus List. So there is a application that I am going to be researching here in a little bit to potentially do away with Trello, and that is going to be ProofHub. ProofHub. So if anybody has an experience with the application ProofHub, I would really appreciate that. So. All right. So getting back to explaining this. All right. As I say, essentially the strategy measures a Fibonacci retracement between swing lows and swing highs. So the candle close, not the high of the second extreme, as we just talked about. From there, you target a 0.5 pullback for entry, and you trade to the 1.272. The last extension is my addition, moving that out to the 1.272. And I also hold out 20% of the position to hold out to a 2x extension, right? So we can see that here. And my last comment here was this works very well in ranging environments, which is where we find ourselves now, not no. A good addition to the earlier lesson in yesterday's stream. All right, so what we've done here is we've measured from this, let's move this baby over here a little bit, sorry. Okay. What if I could just go to the object tree and hide just them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and redo this. All right, so from here to here, and that's all you need. All that is one Fibonacci retracement. And the settings for that fib retracement are as follows. 2, 1, 0.5, and 1.272. That's all you need to have highlighted in here. And the sorry. Okay, so step 1, measure. And we get that 0.5 for our entry. Okay. Then if we want to continue to take price in that direction, we would use the extension from swing high to swing low. In this case, swing high to candle close low for the 1 to 1.272. Now you might ask yourself, well, Justin, I see that you did not actually measure from the swing high here. You actually used the second high. Why is that? Personal nuance, to be quite honest with you, because I'm just not that confident the price is going to be that bullish moving up. Right? So I'm being a little conservative with my take profit targets. And again, going back and relating that to that short that I called on Bitcoin. I called it on stream. I took it on stream. Everybody was watching me. And I remember somebody said, why would you take that trade? Like, there's only $20. So you dramatically increase your position size because your stop loss is extremely close. So the amount that you were risking is the same. And I made, I think, about $100 on that trade for 10 minutes of work. So I mean, do we not agree that high frequency traders who trade price ranges and dime the spread are? We already talked about this. We've talked about how they are certainly the most successful traders out there because they have the best setup. Everything's going to trend toward that direction. And once we have highly efficient automation, like extremely efficient automation, I mean, they're going to edge out retail traders. I don't think that this is a job I'll be able to do in 20 years. But it is a job I can do for the next 15 years. So guys, learn how to trade. It's the best job that I've ever had. Certainly. So there's your little Fibonacci. Not a little. This is a pretty effective strategy. It's certainly better than nothing, and it's better than half of what the fib tards peddle out there. No offense to any fib tards that I've offended her. So yeah, just being a little bit more conservative with my take profit target here. That's really the long and the short of it. Who's dancing to this right now, man? Man, whoo! Let's turn on something angry. Just in time, I think. What browser are we in here? Just in time, I think, for us to review August and September's closed trades. Give me a second while I pull this up. By the way, all of our signals are always publicly available. All of our historical trading results, every signal that we've ever recommended in the premium trading group. Sorry, not every single one. We didn't start historically documenting them that well until early 2018. So the stuff from late 2017 and early 2018 is not there. But certainly here in 2018, we start in March. Yep. So here we go. Yoink. Oh yeah. I like it. All right, so and you can see all these at results.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Yeah, that'll have to do. Yeah, that's ugly. That's not too bad, I guess. Could certainly be better. There we go. Right there is probably the best possible place for it, huh? All right. So results.krakencryptocurrency.com, you will see this. Historical trade results, and we'll go to analyst signals. And official signals is now where we are keeping. So not a huge state secret, but we have certainly gone through different iterations of how we've presented our signals. So I want to say for the past, let's say 6 months, so if we take out the last 2 months, prior to the last 6 months, largely there was signals that were correlated to each analyst, right, that worked for Kraken Cryptocurrency. And sometimes we would work together, sometimes we would not. And this is great because you are genuinely following along with what each individual trader is doing. And so the idea was, you find the trader that you agree with the most, whose trading style is most like yours, that you make the most profit off of. But the problem became, and it's not really a problem, it's just, how do you, how can I best, make you guys happy? Is that, let's say I'm going to go long and Alex is going to go short. Well, now we have a community who's like, well, which one of you is right? And I certainly don't want it to be, fiat, let it be, that because, either I'm a lead analyst or because I'm the guy on the show or whatever, everybody's opinion is valid unless it's stupid. So, like that, I got it from my dad. So anyways, here we have August 2020. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And in August, the signals were able to generate 146.59% ROI. Now, that is not return on equity. That is the addition of how far price moved from entry to exit, right? So if price move, like let's say you put $1,000 into Link, and Link moves up 10% and you sell. Well, you made 10% of the money that you put in, certainly, minus fees, but you didn't make probably a 10% addition to your equity unless you went all in. So because we approach position sizing very strategically, like we would a poker bankroll, which is the absolute appropriate way to do it, is the best way to do it. The Kelly Bet strategy is the best way to approach position sizing in any game where you have kind of a Bayesian walk, a Bayesian distribution of odds. You're likely never going to go all in, all right, if you were doing it right. So anyways, but there was, let's say you had gone all in on every signal. Well, if you had gone all in on every signal, there would be other externalities here that we would have to sort out mathematically. But the winners, the winners minus the losers generated 146.59%. Very similar if you guys have traded Forex. Let's say I captured 100 potential pips in a week. So most individuals that might have been following me might not have gotten all of those, but there was the opportunity there. So let's look at actual, what's up, girl? Let's look at actual growth of the portfolio. So the growth of the net asset value, 34.88%. So those following along and putting on the position sizes as recommended. So we recommend the risk. Kind of do it all. They could have grown their portfolios by 34.88%. I don't know if you're aware of this, but 34.88% in a month is what a professional trader in just about any other market is going to return in 1 year, right? And in fact, if you are returning 30% or a little bit more or a little bit less per year, you are at the highest echelons of performance. You're at the highest echelons of performance because you can find a lot of people to give you money to manage for them, right? So if you think that you don't have enough money to if you're sitting there as somebody who's new to trading and you think to yourself, I don't have a $100,000. I don't have 6 figures. There's no way that I could make a living as a trader. You're wrong. You haven't thought this well through. This is exactly how I became a professional trader. I come from nothing. I come from lower middle class. I did not have a large amount of money to just start off with in the market. Whoa, hey, look at that zoom. How I was able to become a full-time trader is I traded for other people, and I was good at it. And they then gave me more money. And then because I now had significantly more money, when I would earn yield on it, I would make more in dollar terms. Did that long enough to finally have enough money to work for myself. And it's begun. He is messing with the stuff on the stream again. There we go. Right about there. Nope. Do. Okay. Actually, this one isn't too bad. This song isn't too bad. Market Alpha. So this is how much our trades beat a buy and hold strategy with regards to Bitcoin. That's what we use as the measuring rod. 32% for the month of August. And our accuracy rate, like how often did you have a winning signal when you took a CC signal? 57%. Not amazingly good, not terrible. 55% and a profit factor of 1.5 is really good. But really, I do like to I enjoy to have the accuracy up in the 80s for my personal trading. And with the cumulative signals, I do like to keep it up at 65%. So we can certainly do better for this particular month. Now, I got a complaint that this was, I believe it was, and let's actually see if I can't go find him. Let's do. Hey! You need to have your headphones on, honey. Headphones? Daddy got you those headphone ideas. Hey! Not that I actually dislike Baby Shark. I would listen to Baby Shark. Do. There we go. Is it because sorry guys. Oh, there it is. Hardware acceleration. Got it. As above, so below. Oh, yeah. This. Yeah, hotel Wi-Fi, guys. The struggle is real. Okay. I did not know that. But whenever you're done. Ah, here we go. We got it. So as you guys can see, it takes me multiple wheel scrolls to get down to, multiple wheel scrolls to get down to my server here. There's got to be a better way to prioritize OBS. Transform and fit to screen. Cool. I like it. So let's, I want to go to my general chat. And let's see here. It was, I think it was last night. I remember because it hurt my feelings. Uh-oh. I done lost the tunes. Here we go, top mix. Why do we need a magnifying glass to see the results? Well, because clearly your glasses are bad, sir. But I'm certainly not an expert in Adobe, and Adobe is what I use to attempt to resize these. And just go research it, just go Google it. Just go Google resizing in Adobe Acrobat DC. It is a nightmare. That is not something that I'd wish on anybody. I have spent far too many hours of my life trying to figure it out, and I'm just done. But the reason why I do use Adobe Acrobat DC is so that it doesn't rasterize, okay? And what I mean by that is, if we look here, when we actually zoom in, you can see we can zoom in all the way into the figures and see them very crisp and clearly. Instead of having them rasterized, if I did it in Adobe Photoshop, and then they would all kind of blur, you wouldn't be able to zoom in like this, right? And that's the kind of the glory of PDFs, at least, anyways, in my mind. I know they do a whole lot of other stuff, but not what I care about. So here is what our monthly trading looked like. See, we started off week 1 with Ethereum, HBAR, IOTA, Theta, FUD, which is a exchange traded fund, EOS USDT, some Bcash, XRP Dent, lost money on a gold trade, contract for difference, made money on the France 40 euro CFD, lost money on the Australian dollar, made some on Beam USDT and ENGBTC. Actually, that Beam trade, if I'm not mistaken, was quite good. I don't even know what button that was. That was a weird one. Guys, I promise, all I want is the, there we go. All I want is the scroll bar. You know, this Basilisk is a great mouse. Mouse. But it is not the Logitech Master MX. Because that has a thumb scroll wheel, so I can scroll horizontally. Free software usually enslaves the user. Last time I checked, Bitcoin was free to use. Dun, dun, dun. No. All right, so I won't keep you guys here too much. Now, this sheet right here, if you guys are unfamiliar with this, this is, so not only do we, this is what I meant, by the way, when I said that our trades had returned a profit potential. And this is the accounting that we do every single month, always have. Our trades return a profit potential of 146.59. So that means that if you had taken every trade, let's say you got extremely lucky, the best our trades could have done with your individual position sizing is 146.59%. Could have not done better. because that is the ideal form of all in on the winners, right? And then marginal losses on the losses. But since that's not the full truth, I began, and then one of our good friends and contributors, Johnny, added so much to this to where we now have our premium trading journal. To the best of my knowledge, this is the most accurate and the most useful trading journal out there with cryptocurrency. Now, certainly more could be done. We could add a whole lot to this. I know individuals have spun off passion projects of their own. They've forked the code, so to speak. Big shout outs to Dark Rico, for example, in the field of just making it very aesthetically pleasing and useful. But this is what you need if you want to understand what's really going on with your individual trades and why you are or not making money. So, for example, as we said, you're not making 146.59%. You're making 30, let's say 35. Now, why is that? Because of the amount of money that you put into the trade, you position size. You don't use your whole stack. So you need to understand how that works. You need to understand how your fees are hitting you. If you're trading too frequently, fees are going to screw you up. Your position sizing for the trades, and if you can spot any correlations or patterns in what markets are you trading, what time of day are you trading, what strategy are you trading that is actually bringing you down, and then you can actually see in plain and white, black and white, what is wrong with your trading. It's very hard to fix something if you only have an amorphous idea of what the problem is. Right? Have you ever been in a relationship where you just felt frustrated and you couldn't really put your finger on it, but you just knew that you were wronged and you did not want to feel like this anymore? And so naturally, you take that issue to your partner with just that amorphous feeling. And what happened? Well, you're not together anymore. The reason why is because while it is certainly true, I do believe that every individual has the right to pursue happiness and to be treated with decency. It is every individual's responsibility. It's not, you don't even have to call it your responsibility. It just is a factor of life. It is a rule of nature that if you don't look out for your own best interests, good luck, right? Because I think Wally said it very good there. What is often free is often enslaving, right? Tyranny comes in. The boot of tyranny almost always historically, just in modern history, comes in, off of the auspices of good intentions, of taking care of the weak, of those who can't fend for themselves. This is a narrative that's very popular nowadays, right? That, there is this. And it's certainly, I'm not denying or trying to argue with the fact that there are those who are given a rough hand of it. Absolutely. And in varying ways all over the world and throughout history and always into the future, because individual units of matter are different. Right? And individual units of matter come into existence or experience their existence in different facets, in different segments of time, where conditions may or may not be conducive to their happiness or growth. This is just reality. Right? So I don't think that's something we can get rid of. It's certainly something I think that we can morally try to ameliorate. I do believe that. But the idea, the plan here is that, or my concept is that, and what I've always believed is that, if you tell me that, poor Justin, he just needs some help. He's, he'll get that. He just needs us to step in and help him out. No, absolutely not. I am the captain of my ship. I am the master of my destiny, because when all the beer's gone and when all the easy money is gone, I cannot depend on anyone except myself to be here to take care of myself. My existence is my own responsibility. And where I'm getting with all this, by the way, as it relates to trading, is you will have a better way of life. Or I have noticed in my own experience that the less personal that I got about things, the less persecuted that I felt about things, and the more I just looked to develop a strategy to solve the problem, to get what I wanted, right? Those of the opposite sex or those of the same sex, for those of you who are that way, who are not having success romantically, okay? Well, develop a strategy. You're saying the wrong things. You're doing the wrong things. You're inserting yourself in the wrong things. You're framing the situation in the wrong way. You're carrying yourself the wrong way. For those who have an unhappy relationship with their spouse, okay, well, you suck at what you're doing, right? That's it. Like, you suck at what you're doing. It's not you. It's not you. It is your strategy, right? Nothing's personal. Nothing is personal. It's all the strategy that you choose to put out there. And if you don't think you have a strategy, I guarantee you have a strategy, right? For example, study adolescent ADHD, or study adolescent, opposition defiance disorder, for example, right? Strategies are formed very quickly. My daughter will be 3 in several months, and she has a lot of strategies. So, oh wait, the beer's gone? When the did we get beer? Well, road trip, that's when. Let's have a hurrah for beer. All right, guys, it is now, what time? 1:19. So let's take a brief break. Let me go wet my whistle, or do whatever it is that I do when I'm on break. Speculate on that in the comment section. You guys are kind of getting, you guys have kind of dried up here in the chat section. So there's a few things that I want to hit. I think I've hit this pretty well. Trading Journal, lots of good results, good stuff available to our members. All right, so we are going to close that. We don't need that anymore. And we will bring back, just for a moment. Don't forget, you guys can see those, all of our historical results at results.crackingcryptocurrency.com. All right. Quick dive back into 120% size. I just say, so maybe you can make them a bit bigger in the future. Yeah. So certainly, if anybody can help me out with a better process for Adobe Acrobat. I had a process there for quite a while where the trade result PDF folders looked quite nice, and that is, I would run pre-flight optimized PDF and scale each page to 1920 1080, and then I would crop the 2 pages, the oversized pages. Then I would pre-flight again to 1920 1080 and crop again and save, and magically it would work. For some reason, that's not working right now. All right. And give a shout out to members here in our Discord. We've got Dapper Shark. Let's see, we've got Top Mix. We've got Dial. Dai Kyoko. And Grealish. Rayroth. We've got Dark Rico. Oops. Has a curly brace. And Baba Yaga, as always. All right. Good to see new people come into the Discord. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know most of these people. But that's cool. It's cool. It's good to see. And again, I do see a question here about purchasing Bitcoin. I do highly recommend the best way to purchase Bitcoin is peer-to-peer, for cash or for some form of value, for some form of monetary value between you and a seller. It is the best way to do so because that does ensure the most privacy. I do... let's do a... We got Val Cornex.
Hey,
And Omni, shout out to you guys as well. I do believe, this isn't just fluff talk. In the very near future, the government is going to attempt to, particularly the United States government, because they're terrible at what they do, they are going to attempt to confiscate and criminalize to a certain degree cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin. It doesn't surprise me. When we come back from break, we're going to be talking about how Google is, let's say, flirting with EOS and throwing their hat in to become a validator. There's no reason why. EOS is a centralized garbage product. It does not surprise me that a massive tech company that is responsible for blatant human rights violations is cozying up to something like EOS. But why don't you see why do you not see Microsoft integrating Bitcoin or the Lightning Network into their servers? The reason why is because Bitcoin is the people's money. It is hard money. It is, and it's going to be, but it's not going to be easy. Omni is not a lot of time for chatting, working on a few bot projects for clients. Got to pay down that Lambo loan somehow, Well, I certainly feel you on that.
Off to school. Time for trolley to take. Thanks for helping me get ready. Bye, Mom. Put on shoes.
It's almost like they're the same person. All right.
What shoe should I wear?
And I guess real quick, I did see that Top Mix had asked for a peek of the premium section. Here is the Analyst and Signals channel. Let me see if I can't highlight that a little bit better. There we go. See, this is why I'm excited about that Logitech, that NVIDIA broadcast, because this would just be a simple click, and it would auto zoom in on what I wanted, right? Which I think clearly somebody in my position needs. There we go. Boom. That's going to have to be good enough. All right, so we have our market analysis section. This is where our market analysis is posted for our members. And I'm in streamer mode right now, and I have compact on for Discord, but these are pretty lengthy. And when I have the time, I do like to make these. A nice little Financial Times wrap-up of everything that's going on. Hello. Oh, I see. There we go. Do I have hardware acceleration on in this browser? Oh, this is unacceptable. OBS, and we almost got it.
Okay, Mom. What do you do in the morning to get ready for school? I remember what I do with the song.
Got it. Look at me. So I do like to produce these PDF market analyses, where I summarize our positions, I give my opinion on where the market is going, I justify to the extent what I'm saying. Everyone's a little bit different. And then I remind you that, hey, I can, I can show you the door, but you're the one that's got to open it. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk about Google and EOS and why. This is a sign of the end times. See you guys in just a second. All right, and we are back. We successfully avoided a meltdown. So let's get back into the live scene. Thank you guys so much for holding with me. And I see, get rid of that, and we can probably bring up the charts full screen because we're going to be talking about today's news story. So let me get this all ready for you guys. This is kind of like some old 90s or 2000s video game music, huh, guys? All right. So briefly, we're going to cover the FCA ban. What do you think about the FCA, Eliana? Do you like them? She is just a little unhappy. So we're going to have to kind of relatively go through this quickly because it's about time for us to go enjoy our afternoon. And I have some spreadsheet work to do with Mr. Brian Saintsy. We are going to put this thing together quite beautifully. All right, over to this scene. All right, and here we are. So obviously you guys are familiar, particularly those in the UK. The Financial Conduct Authority has just recently prohibited the sale, quote, the sale, the marketing, or the distribution of cryptocurrency-based derivatives to retail traders, right? And what is their, this is what, I had this data point. I do believe that their definition of a retail trader, let's see here, FCA definition of retail trader, 2020. Ooh, this is a little angry, isn't it? I like it. Let's see here. Yeah, this is 5 minutes ago. We want probably to optimize my search settings, which I do not have in here. We want UK. No. United Kingdom, and we want safe search off, and we want in the, let's say, past month. This is just the beginning of search optimization, guys. Ooh, cannabis. What's up, baby? You want your drink? Okay, here we go. Ooh, that is a, hey, baby. Well, on September 18th, they published guidance on listing cannabis-based stocks in the UK. So I know that it is, I think it's account size. I really think that's all it is, because that's certainly all it is here in the United States. The regulatory body deems the products unsuitable. Yes, I know. I know, Boo Boo Bear. You want Daddy to not tell the news? You want to ask Uncle Jack to come on and tell the news? That's a good idea. I wonder if going through this quickly, getting sidetracked on definitions. Let's do it. Okay. Well, first off, can we tell these people about the ban on cryptocurrency derivatives? Okay. So, we will speed through this. So certainly, retail traders, just, in other words, poor people. Let's see here. They're no longer going to be able to have access to derivatives. Options, contracts, swaps, futures, you name it. Now, the FCA is claiming that the reason why, as always, is market manipulation, the volatility of the markets, security vulnerabilities, everything that is a given in any emerging market. These are all the risks that new traders take, or excuse me, that traders in emerging marketplaces take, and this is why they get the outsized rewards that they do, is because they are willing to accept excess risk. And cryptocurrency is really one of the first times when a large swath of the retail population has gotten the same opportunity, the same profit opportunity as, let's say, early investors in Facebook, for example, right? Now, this ban does not actually occur until January 6th, 2021. So the clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking to get your derivatives trading in. What are you doing? You're making a very funny sound there. Where is it? I think it is, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can go see Sissy? You can go see Sissy. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, we're gonna use that one as the lower third. Okay. So, let's see. Legislation is going to ban these products from operating in or from the United Kingdom. So, UK retail traders will still find it easy enough to access the platforms based overseas, just like it's not too difficult to download Winscribe at winscribe.crackingcryptocurrency.com, where you can download that free and very powerful and robust virtual private network, VPN, and access BitMEX, Bybit, Binance, what have you, and actually get the ability to trade the way that you want to. Again, that is winscribe.crackingcryptocurrency.com for free VPN service. But I do recommend you get the premium. That's what I do. It is the best. It's the best VPN that I've used. I've had absolutely no problems with Winscribe, and actually, it's been probably the best. It's probably been the best protocol to actually learn myself about how to set up proxies and how to protect myself, for example. All right. Are you playing with my hand? You are amazing. We're going to do this in Georgia. And this is going to be underlined. It is, babe. Yes, Daddy did not technically buy it for you, but yeah, we share everything. So I get the old one that I've had for a long time, and you get the brand new one that I just got yesterday. Okay, typical. There we go. All right, so we'll just put that at the top here. As beautiful as it looks. Tipuka. Tipuka. That is my phone. That's one of my phones. Okay, you get the two-factor phone. Anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about this. I think that very similar to BitMEX getting indicted. I think people made a way too big of a deal about it. Bitfinex has been indicted for going on 2 years now, and they're still operating. But it does show the signs that this is real, that regulators and financial authorities are going to be coming for cryptocurrency. And I think that a lot of current market participants who are just along for the easy buck, I mean, these guys do not have the grit to actually make it through, any sort of actual governmental attack. Guys, there are entire threads, there are entire sub-communities dedicated to preventing and hardening Bitcoin against a government attack. So what does that mean? It means that down there in the layer, we are preparing for a government attack. Now, of course, this is, as I said, just a week after United States regulators harpooned BitMEX. So, the timing of this is pretty interesting. And I do expect, I don't want to say I necessarily expect this to accelerate, but very similar to what I was saying about Ethereum 2.0 yesterday. Ethereum 2.0 is going to be finished. It is the trend that the market is moving in. And it's inevitable, right? Certain things are inevitable. All right, so little news nugget on that. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is going to be Google and EOS, because this is... Oh, did you drop that phone? It's okay. Good thing I got backups on backups on backups. Ooh. We can do better than that. We can just add one filter here, and that is the scroll filter. And we can just say... Honey, that's not a touch screen. It's not a touch screen, baby. It's not touch screen. And I want it to be, I guess that's decent enough. Just not really what I want. But such is life. Ooh, now we got the banner ad running at the top. What do you guys think? It is pretty ugly, isn't it? All right, there's got to be a way to make it kick off after a while, huh? I'm sure I can find a timer somewhere. All right, so Google Cloud has joined the EOS community to become a block producer, or at least to throw their hat in the ring here. So Block.one put out a press release earlier this morning, and this, of course, is leading to the, or I want to say is the fundamental catalyst that everybody's going to point to. Of course, the news was already known by those with the most significant amounts of capital, but, as is often the case, I don't know if you guys have realized this, but when we are trading fundamental moves in the market, certainly sometimes not a bad strategy is to just jump in. So let's go look at EOS USD today. Honey, it's not a touch screen. Let's go look at the 5-minute chart of EOS USD today. Just having a blast off at about 10 a.m. my time, so just about 3 hours ago. Price did spike here about 20% from peak to trough, and it has currently pulled back about, let's see here, not quite 50% of that. All right, almost 50%. Yeah, so here would be the 50% mark right here. So we have, let's see here, 1 baby drive, 2, and then some consolidation, and then a further drive. I would not be opposed to picking this up for the attempted bounce trade. And again, if I were to pick EOS up here on an intraday trade, I would buy somewhere right here, or if we wanted to continue on our Fibonacci lesson for the day, what could we do here? Control Z. I know. pull up our settings here for our fib retracement, and we'll just throw a 618 on there. All right, so now we have that nice kind of, it's not a golden pocket, right? But again, to the extent that these are kind of wishy-washy words. But certainly this is a nice zone to set some limit bids in, right? Now, thank you, baby. Hubba bubba. Now, how would I do this trade? Well, I would be targeting, say I got filled about, I'm going to be conservative here and say I get filled at the top. Well, I would only be, looking to really take price back to the middle of the range, the top, if at all possible. So do I really want a hard stop loss for this? No. I want a small position size is what I want. All right, I want a small position size is what I want, because right now, this particular trade, the R here does not really fascinate me. Although this is 2-to-1, that's not too bad. Certainly, I think this is the 5-minute chart. So what we could do right here, what I would do, is if I was looking at this chart, this setup right now, and I am, I would get volume and OBV in here. Cool, we already got OBV there from E. Oh, you know what? Somebody asked a question earlier, and they asked me whether I liked, why I liked OBV EXK better than regular OBV. And I apologize, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant OBS, like Open Broadcast Software, the streaming software that I utilize. So I apologize for that. The reason why, so to answer your question now that I know what you were asking, the reason why I like OBV EXK more is just because it seems more of a trend following indicator. It actually gives a little bit better, information. So let's just pull up regular OBV here, and we'll compare them. All right, so remember, OBV generally is utilized very similar to open interest. So if we have rising price and rising OBV, that suggests that volume is confirming price action. There is more volume is increasing as price is going up, meaning more willing buyers are stepping into the markets. So that's ideally what we would want to see. We would also want to see declining OBV in a falling market if we want it to be bearish, right? Remember, falling volume is almost always bearish. And alternatively, if we see rising OBV, see, this is where it's a little nuanced because it matters where you are in market structure. But typically, if we've been moving down for a while and I see rising OBV and falling price, that's divergence, and I would look to trade that because that lets me know that price has dipped enough that buyers are starting to come in and get their limit orders filled. So we are somewhere near a likely reversal point. If price has just started falling and OBV is rising, or any sort of volume indicator is rising, then that lets me know that there is going to be more downside. So about a 50% retracement here on OBV. We see that OBV EXK has been fairly steady and consistent here. Overall, it has not changed too much. It hasn't diverged too much here with regular OBV. However, what I will say is if we scroll out just a little bit more, there are a few signals here that are interesting to me. So for example, OBV EXK gives you a nice red demarcation here, as opposed to just a solid line, where now you have the burden of figuring out what is your centered oscillator parameter, what's your zero line, basically, at which you will act. At what is the horizontal line at which OBV is suggesting long trades, and what is the horizontal line in which OBV is suggesting bearish trades? With OBV EXK, it's very clear. It's laid out for you. So. Getting back to the news here, so that is how I take that, and perhaps I'll check back in here in a second, and perhaps take a stab at it. Block.one put out this press release. The development for obviously Block.one is just the company that absolutely is behind EOS, right? EOS.io. So they revealed that Google Cloud is going to be joining the EOS community to become a block producer on their network, okay, on their blockchain. So EOS is unlike Bitcoin. It's unlike Ethereum. Let's see here. Bitcoin is unlike EOS. It is unlike Ethereum in the sense that... Now you got me wanting to watch price, guys. Come on now. Just a second. This should be... Okay. EOS. Okay, good. And then we'll take Google Cloud. And we will go... There we go. It's good enough, right? Nothing's perfect here. Okay. Come on now. Yeah. The Wi-Fi is killing me. Yeah, you know what? I think this is not a bad time to do it. All right, so I have to launch Brave. Give me a moment, guys. Oh, what is that? Is that my authentication asking me on my watch? Oh, it certainly is. It's amazing. Thank you. Oh, you keep putting your gum on my mouse pad. It's gross. Kids, man. I am going to need... Going to take me like 5 seconds. So certainly times at which, you know, sometimes I really wish I had a partner on the stream, right? Somebody just like step in because, you know, I got stuff going on. Because this is my laptop. All right, so man, Blue Box Territory is the last person to post something in the chat. I feel like I'm wasting my time here. Are you not entertained? Personally, nowhere else I'd rather be. By the way, brief announcements while I am sitting here, just waiting for the WinScribe Brave extension to install. I did purchase one recommendation. I highly recommend you guys go out and buy these. Shoot, what's the name? It's right here. The Sound Cores by Anchor. Highly recommend these. These things are absolutely amazing. If you don't have a good pair of wireless earbuds, change your life. Do yourself a favor. And then I went ahead and bought Philips Hue, the whole set last night. So what is cool about Philips Hue is that I can integrate it with Twitch, and you guys can actually control the colors of my lights, among other things. All right, logging into WinScribe. And that'll be the final step there. So do you see I certainly do not have an advantage in speed here? Do you see how a high frequency trader just absolutely has me just you know, to the absolute billy gruff right here? Crypto God says, let me know if it was a good time to buy bidet. I do not know, sir. I still have not looked into it. It's not that I have something against it. You know, to be frank, you know, we really haven't meshed or talked that much, so I don't know if your recommendations are super legit. I will say that I feel like you have recommended some good trades, so I would not be against you know, chatting about it. I always enjoy talking to individuals that have successful and profitable strategies in the market. Ultimately, that is the only measure of whether you do well or not. Is, you know, do you make money or not? However, there is more to trading than price. Some things, some activities I do not engage myself in because it's really not worth it, in my opinion, right? You know, what's that saying? It certainly is from the Holy Bible, all right? Like about you know, a man can gain everything essentially, but like lose his soul. Yeah. So there are certainly things that I think, and not because I think they're morally wrong. Morals are objective, although I do. Again, I believe in objective morals, but for most day-to-day things, the particular morality of the situation, the situational morality, is subjective. I will not deny that. All right, guys. Listen. Thank you so much. Now we'll let you guys watch me do this. 10 hours later. So certainly, you can see that I'm a guy that likes to trade in my particular time. You know, if I'm at home, I'd have my nice little day trade set up. But that you know, to be quite honest with you, that wasn't true as of last week. Duplicate.
Yeah.
What up, baby?
Go.
All right, so we're just chewing that gum, getting it done. All right, we got you. Bet you I got hardware acceleration. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Boom. Relaunch the app. There we go. Boom. Got it. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. You gotta say it right, huh? Boom, baby. Transform. Hit the screen. Cool. We got this. All right. So let's go to why are you broke on this page? I'm not blocking any scripts. I'm not. Okay. You're just slow. It's just slow. Let's go check price over here then. Yeah, it looks like it's doing just about kind of what we expected, huh? Put in a nice doji right there, right at the bottom of that box. That 618 was pretty sublime. Is EOS decentralized? Hell no. Hell no, it is not decentralized. EOS is a delegated proof of stake blockchain. So that means that the community, ideally, so the community votes, right? Participants on the EOS blockchain vote, and when they vote, they elect individuals to be the individual validators on the network, to be a node on the network, right? Essentially. Whereas anybody can freely become a node on the network with Bitcoin and ostensibly with Ethereum, but in reality you can't because it is way too difficult. You're gonna get me. This is the last one, babe. There we go. Let's switch back over here and take this trade. All right, I only have 3.372 EOS available. So that means, guys, I'm going to have to do, let's see here. You know, what's funny is I was just going to pull all the money off this particular account last night, and then I didn't because I fell asleep. So let's, sorry, exchange. What? And so we'll wait on that. Come back over here and talk about how so the nodes on the network are the ones who actually function as the blockchain miners, let's say, right? They're validators, they're blockchain miners. So EOS has, for a long time, been under this Chinese cloud, this Chinese influence. It has not been liked very much by those in the West. That is because a large majority of the elected block producers are situated in China. Now, you might say, well, why is that any different from Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin has a great quantity of miners who are not in China. There's just about 40% of mining in China, so the largest quantity of mining is in China. However, with Bitcoin, any individual can be a validator on the network. Anybody can be a node, right? With EOS, you literally have to rely on third-hand information, on somebody else validating the blockchain for you. So this Google Cloud announcement does bring a pretty big name to their roster of partnerships, and Google's obviously Google is going to be an extremely popular candidate for one of the 20 highly desired slots as far as validators go. So it's very, very likely that they are going to become one of those validators. Okay. All right. So this partnership is going to, this seems a little addy here. Google wants to have a foothold in the burgeoning blockchain industry. Come on, babe. We're saying bye-bye right now. Come on, let's say bye-bye right now. Let's say bye-bye, and then we'll go play. Bye. Not there. They're right here. So, Google certainly wants to have their claws in the game, but you can notice that they're certainly not, they don't have their claws in the game with something that's truly decentralized. All right. Bye. And Bybit is still freaking loading, guys. So, I apologize. I certainly am going to take this trade. I'm probably going to put about $2,200. Okay. So I'm probably going to put about $2,200 to $3,200. So I just have to figure out the position sizing. And with that being said, let's hop over to this scene right here. And good. The music is not playing. I certainly have lost a bit of my thunder, though. I'm not going to lie. Because I can still hear the music here. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a Tuesday edition of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update from the road. I will stop it. I'm sorry. From the road, guys. Thank you guys for all your participation. Certainly got to figure out how to get the let me know what you guys maybe I'll just start like tossing money around. Yeah. I'll toss money around, or let's see here. I've got hopefully that NVIDIA broadcast can do some fun chat features, or there's chat features we can figure out. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, they go in the chat section. I will be back tomorrow. You guys trade safely, and don't forget to tip your waitresses, guys. Cheers.